What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment in Becky's House of Cards. Today we are going down the rabbit hole with messages in love. So we'll just see whatever it is that Source wants to tell us in regards to love. No predictions here. Unless it comes up in the reading, I'll talk about it, but I'm not here to predict your love, okay? More or less, this is about going over blockages that are keeping you from manifesting the love that you want in your life, because our healing depends on us, not on another person, and our healing does not ever affect another person, okay? That's just it. Just understand that, guys. I need to get that out because the spiritual community is so hell-bent on telling everybody, as long as you're doing your healing, it's gonna force another person to go through a spiritual awakening. Free will is a thing, guys, okay? Let's just be real. Free will is a thing. Okay, so I got that off my chest. Source wanted me to open that. I don't know why, but anyways, guys, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. Knowing that that is a free way to support the channel, as well as to connect me with you energetically to get you guys out more resonating readings. If you're interested in supporting the channel further or getting a personal reading, that will always be linked down below in the description box. And I just want to say thank you to anyone and everyone who has liked, shared, subscribed, and commented, who has donated, is thinking about donating, who has gotten a personal reading, or is thinking about getting a personal reading. You guys have helped me out so very much, and I'm just so very grateful. I want to say a shout out to all my OGs, my newgies, and anybody who allows me your most precious asset, your time. As always, it's a pleasure, an honor, a blessing being here, giving you guys these messages. And my prayer, as always, is that any of the videos of mine that you happen to watch fall upon your hearts in a way that reminds you to use your intuition, to use your discernment, to take back your power, and to make the decisions that serve your highest journey in this here, now, here moment. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Source, what messages do you have for the collective in regards to love? The collective watching this video. What messages do you have for the collective watching this video in regards to love, Source? You guys are definitely in an upset state right now. Whether that's what I told you guys at the beginning of the video, or if that's just in general, there's this energy of feeling like you're never going to get connected with somebody that's going to grow and be fruitful. So you guys could be single. You don't have to be single. This could be for the wishers that are trying to end those cycles that are with that one person that I just can't seemingly walk. Wow. Okay. I don't know what happened there, guys. I don't know what's going on. With that one person that you just feel like you can't walk away from. The messed up ones. That's why the shuffle didn't want to work. Right? But it's all part of the purpose. Like, it's all part of the path, and it's all part of you guys growing. And I feel like that's the thing. It's like you're stuck. Like somebody's stuck where they're at. Whether that's stuck being single or whether that's stuck in a relationship that you don't want to be in. These are the two messages coming through right now. Feeling like there's too many things going on all at once. Right? And not wanting to let go of those old hurts. Like, it's kind of like playing a perpetual song of, well, you did this, and you did this, and you did that. And it's like the boing, the boing, 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 boingy, boingy, boing, boing, guys. The blame game. Like, y'all playing the blame game, and you're not moving forward because it's too busy spending time blaming each other rather than you guys either dealing with it or moving on. So what do you have to tell the collective in regards to love? Yeah. So we've got the Ace of Wands coming out. What else in regards to love for the collective watching this video? Okay, so yeah. We've got the King of Swords. Source saying that's the truth. You guys are scared right now. Moving forward in regards to your connection. Yeah, skewed perspective is coming through here. Right, the blame game, that just keeps coming up. Like, I keep hearing it. It's so strong. I'm just going to play the blame game. Well, it's your fault. Look, guys, I was in a relationship with a narcissist for 8 years. And, man, the blame game was my go-to. It was my go-to. Let me tell y'all. And finally, I had to realize, well, what matters more? What he's done wrong or what I can do to make things better for myself? They want one more card. What else for the collective watching this in regards to love? Okay. Alright, guys. All your cards coming up face up while I'm talking. That's interesting. It doesn't usually happen. What do we got on the bottom? Yeah, we've got the Pope in the upright here talking about, woo, child. All right, hold on. I want to talk about what's going on here first, and then we'll get into the bottom of the deck, okay? Because that's like a whole nother story over there that Source wants to play out. Right now, you guys are definitely on this place of healing. Right? But you keep putting yourselves into a cycle. Like, you have an opportunity to just start fresh, start anew, and it all depends on whether or not you're willing to close the cycle of your thinking. This is all a pattern of thought. Okay, and it actually stems from neglect and abandonment, whether that's from your childhood, in your adolescence, in your early adulthood, it doesn't matter, but maybe it's just happened time and time again where you've gotten left behind by so many situations. And so emotionally, you don't want to give in emotionally, but at the same time, for those of you that are in a relationship right now, you know there is no emotion in this relationship. There's this sense of holding on because of you're afraid of being left out in the dark. Like, it's like, what happens if they leave me and they go and find someone else? Then let them. Then let them, guys. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but you know what? That's on them. That's not on you guys. Your guys' job is to heal. Right? But it's like, you don't want to take action, and yet you guys keep getting pulled in. Like, this person keeps pulling you in based on lies and deception and deceit. They don't want to tell you the truth. They don't want to honor the fact that they don't feel the same, or they do feel the same. Like, I think that's a thing. Like, they feel the same way you feel. You know what, guys? This is such a trip. Like, you can sit here and play this game and hope that somebody else is going to do what you know is necessary. But at the end of the day, most people get really comfortable being in an uncomfortable situation, and you'll find couples that have stayed together for years and years and years, and they don't love each other, and 60 years go by, and all they're doing is calling each other dirty-ass names and, you know, being really ruthless to one another. And with this King of Swords in the midst of all these reversals, this is an ask from Source. Can you please get brave enough to communicate what it is that you want? You have to communicate what you want from Source, but this is a raunchy ass energy, okay? And this isn't necessarily all your energy, okay? I'm not saying that here. This is not all your energy. This is you guys holding on to this other person's energy, and again, you guys both feel the same way, and so it's magnified what you guys are going through. And you're trying to defend yourself from every aspect. You don't want to see that you're the one that can change things, but you also don't want to see that changing your perspective on here. It's like being afraid to change your perspective. Like, every time there's an opportunity that comes up to see things differently, it's almost like you self-sabotage. You're like, no, not today. No, not today. No, not today. I'm not going to deal with that. So what's it going to take for you guys to grow beyond this? You have an opportunity to manifest beautiful love into your life. You really do. You have an opportunity to change your whereabouts and what it is that you're doing. But right now you're afraid because it's almost like you feel like God has cursed you and put you in this situation. Honey, you're the one that said yes. Okay? I know. I had to get over that. I had to deal with that myself. I had to realize I was the one that said yes. And here's the deal. I was the one that stayed. You know, I found a journal the other day, guys. Yeah, I'm going to talk about myself here because I feel like it's valid and it's relevant. I found a journal the other day from back in 2014. I'd been with him for 2 years at this point. Almost. Yeah, it was like 2.5 years when I wrote this. And it said in there, 3 days. 3 days is that was our time frame for not fighting, was a 3-day span. We would go 3-day span without fighting, and then the cycle would come back around. It was like that was the honeymoon period, was 3 days, and then the honeymoon period wouldn't come back around for like a month or 2 months or 3 months, and then we would have 3 good days in a row, and then there was chaos for like 2 or 3 months. Okay, and I mentioned this, but what got me was that I wrote in there, I feel it coming, our impending doom. That was at year 2.5, and it took me until year 8 to say enough is enough. Let me cut this out of my life. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I already knew how I felt, but I didn't take action on it. And I feel like who I'm talking to on this reading is exactly in that energy. You guys know exactly what you need to do, but you're afraid to take action on it. And the reason being is because you guys are people pleasers. One, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm sorry, guys. If you're in a situation where there's no love, somebody's going to get hurt because it's an illusion. Okay, it's not like you're necessarily getting your feelings hurt. What's happening is the illusion's falling apart. It's kind of like a House of God moment, where the whole illusion just falls apart, and suddenly it's like, okay, like, that's what hurts. It's like, oh, I've been living a lie for so long. That's what hurts. It's like the truth hurts, but it sets you free. Right? And that's what's going on here. It's like you guys have an opportunity to deal with your own inner truth about how you feel, and also letting go of feeling like you need to be in a situation just because someone says that's what you're supposed to do, or just because you feel like it's the right thing to do. Well, I've been with them for a year, I've been with them for 6 years, or I've been with them for 8 years, or I've been with them for a decade. Time does not dictate how much a person loves you. And you guys are aware of that. Like, you guys know that. But right now, you don't feel like you have anything in your bag of tricks. It's like basically you're doing the same thing over and over again. So this could be somebody that you may be in a relationship with them, and you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship with them, but you guys are playing, it's the same old song and dance. Like, it doesn't matter. Every time you guys come together, it's chaos. There's no happy moments. There's no good moments, but it's the connection that feels so real. Of course, why do you think I stayed with a narcissist for 8 fucking years? Excuse my language, but I'm just being real, guys. Because the connection was real. You could be like, but it was a narcissist. Yeah, but anybody told me that when I was in love with him? I'd have told him to back off. And again, I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong for you guys, but I'm saying that you guys have the Magician in the reverse here right now, but it's up to you guys to choose to put the Magician in the upright and realize that all the tricks are in your hands. You guys have everything you need within you. Right now, you guys are fighting this childhood wound of having to keep everything together for everybody. If somebody was hurt, they would come and cry to you. You're 6 years old and people are crying to you about shit that you shouldn't even be dealing with until you're an adult. Hello? That's not fair to you. You deserve better than that, collective. You deserve more than that. And I know sometimes I come across as rough with these readings, but understanding sometimes source comes in as tough love. Because sometimes we're just as humans, as humans do, as humans does, right? Like, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, I've had to have my ass kicked a few times on this journey. Like, Becky, get your shit together. You know. I'd be like, I know. And they'd be like, no, seriously. And I'd be like, damn, like, you had to come in like that? Yeah, and they came in swinging with bats and claws and all that shit. By the time I got out, I was ready to go to the hospital. I was beat so damn bad. But I made it. I survived. And it hurt. And my heart felt like it was falling apart. But you know what? I survived. And I became stronger. And I became more attuned to what's going on. And let me tell you guys, if you're willing to hang out until I get into the bottom of the deck, I want you guys to understand why it's coming out this way. Because there's something really intense coming through on the bottom of the deck over here. To start out with the Ace of Wands here, this is all you. It's not even about not having passion. It's not even about not being able to take action. This is literally like self-thwarting your own plans, your own life, your own journey, your own dreams. It's like you're the one that put the wand in the dirt and said, wow, that's a big wall, when all you have to do is walk around it. But shoot, that big wall is keeping you guys from moving and taking any kind of action, and you fear the future. And it's like your biggest concern of making a decision right now is what's going to happen tomorrow. Well, you got to deal with tomorrow when tomorrow comes, because right now we're dealing with right now. And eventually tomorrow will be right now. And if you can't deal with right now, then why are you worried about dealing with tomorrow? Because that's the thing, like, everybody gets so damn caught up. Oh, we'll take care of it later. We'll take care of it later. We'll take care of it later. There is no later. There is ever only this now moment. And you guys have an opportunity to change yourselves in this now moment and to honor the fact that, you know what, your whole life hasn't been rainbows and butterflies. In fact, it's been really rough and hard, and you haven't been loved the way that you deserve to be loved, and you haven't been given to the way that you deserve to be given to, and you haven't been acknowledged or honored maybe as an even human being. And I feel it in my core, guys. Like, you guys have had a rough life. And that's why it's so easy for you to give up on yourself. When it comes to situations you have to make a decision on. But you don't have to. You don't have to do that. It's interesting because this whole situation all comes down to this Three of Cups in reverse. Going back and looking at how your parents treated you and forgiving them for the way that they treated you, but honoring how you felt and saying, you know what, when my parents did this, I really felt like this. And that's okay that I felt like this. And it's okay that they treated me like that because they were doing the best that they could with what they knew how. And this is a big concept, guys. It's a huge concept, but it's in this concept that you guys will find peace with yourself and where you've come on your journey. I don't talk like this on all of my readings, and it's source. It's a channeling of source. When source comes through, as they come through, they send me certain energies, and they'll send me certain tones. Like, some people are very soft-hearted, and they can't handle it. And I feel like you guys pretend to be soft-hearted, but you guys are a rock around your heart center. That shit needs to be cracked open with a damn pickaxe. Because you built the wall so tall. And it all comes down to you guys changing your perspective. Finding balance. You guys are spiritually defeated right now. You guys are defeated from everything. It feels like the whole world is on your shoulders and it's against you. And it's not. It's not. This is why the King of Swords is here. It's just showing you guys that this is all a mindset. It's like the more you say, woe is me, the more you're going to find situations to say, woe is me. You have an opportunity to change. Let's get to what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you guys are in a pit of despair because of your romantic frustrations here. Okay, so we have the Pope. I want you guys to see this, okay? This is on the bottom of the deck. We have the Pope in the upright. We have the Strength in the upright. We have the Two of Cups in the upright. We have the Eight of Cups in the upright. And I'm going to end it here because this is what is keeping you guys from receiving this. The Five of Wands reversed. Let's talk about the Five of Wands for a second. I don't want to change. I don't want to change because I'm afraid of the unknown. I'm afraid of what's next. I'm afraid of how people are going to treat me. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of leaving this, all I know, behind. Well, you can either stay in a state of being afraid, or this is what Source has promised you. Commit to yourself. Okay? This is not commitment of another person. This is committing to yourself. This is a storyline. Okay? Source is saying when you commit to yourself and commit to a higher purpose of self, connecting with Source, connecting with yourself, connecting back to home. Okay, not your physical home here on earth, your home, your spiritual home. People are going to admire you for that. But more than that, like, you're going to realize a deep inner strength to yourself and what you've been repressing up here. You're going to finally face your demons. And as you face your demons, your whole world is going to change. And it's going to feel like it's going to fall apart, right? It's going to feel like it's collapsing, but you're going to realize just how strong you really are. And when you finally face those demons, you guys come into a place of true love with yourself and another person. And then you guys call in soul family. So you can either stay in the pit of despair, or you can choose to heal yourself. These are like timelines that you guys have. And the reason you're only on this timeline up here is because you guys are refusing to change. And you know what you need to do. Like, That's the thing. I feel like it's interesting because it's like, I don't know what to do, but the truth is you guys know what to do. And when you guys do this, you guys are going to turn into the leader that you are. And again, some of you guys may already be into this energy, right? This is something that you dealt with in the past, right? It doesn't matter where you're at. Everybody's timeline is different, but whoever this is resonating for, just know that you have an option no matter where you're at. You can let somebody control your life, or you can choose to control your life. Let's get an oracle from the Truth About Love. Now, I just want you guys to understand, I created these. Some of these were channeled messages are very blunt, okay? They're very straightforward. They're not all fluffy and fuzzy and loving and kind. They're very straightforward. So I'm just going to say a trigger alert here. I should have said a trigger alert before I started this reading, but here's the deal. Okay, they want one more. No. It's easier for me to cheat because I don't feel good enough to have the whole of your love. All right. So you guys are harboring some weird ass energy right now, but I'm just going to go over these real quick. It's easier for me to cheat because I don't feel good enough to have the whole of your love. So this situation has weared on you to where you don't feel good enough to have love, okay? And if you guys were cheated on in the past, which it could be, for some of you guys been put in a third-party situation, this is why they cheated on you, okay? Because you guys loved them, you cared about them, you tried to give the effort. Even if you didn't fully fall in love with them, you still cared about them, okay? Source saying broken hearts can be mended in time. Broken bloodlines, however, can take generations to heal. So if you guys choose to stay, you're going to have generational wounds that you're passing on to your children, that they're going to have to heal because you're not choosing to heal it. And then this is this person who put you in the third party situation. This could be who you're with. They say, I do not feel like I can keep up with your hustle, so instead of being honest, I self-sabotage, which hurt you as well. Yeah, this person is threatened by you, and you're not seeing your potential, okay, collective? Like, you're just not, and it's time for you guys to honor and see your potential. You guys are amazing individuals. Give yourself a little bit more credit, okay? Ooh. I don't know if I want to read this one to you guys. Like, this has been a rough pile. Like, let me say, a rough reading. They don't love you. They're just lonely. What did I say in the beginning? Like, neither one of you guys love each other. I feel like that's why you both stay. You're just lonely. You don't want to be without a person. So it's easier to be in a situation where you don't love somebody just so you can say that you have somebody rather than to be lonely. Our story doesn't feel like once upon a lifetime. It feels like since the beginning of time. What did I say? There's like a connection that's undeniable. Did you ever think that connections could just be like toxic situations playing out again from a past life? And if you guys don't believe in past lives, then it's toxic situations. If you guys have ever heard the story, Women Who Love Too Much, it's a book, okay? And I went to therapy, guys. Like, I won't deny it. I went to therapy. My therapist gave me this book, Women Who Love Too Much. And it talks about trauma bonding. Like, it goes in depth about trauma bonding. And it talks about how we feel like a soulmate connection with somebody is real when it's actually a trauma bond. And that's what makes us feel like it's a soulmate connection. We have winter solstice reflection. Yeah, it's time for you guys to reflect on your actions and what it is that you're doing with your life, what you want to do, because you have this beautiful timeline that's waiting for you guys to embrace it. But you have to change. This is a beautiful timeline to have waiting for you guys in the corner. But you're afraid to complete this cycle because you're afraid of your vulnerabilities. To be vulnerable is to be single. Because that means that people might look at you funny. Wow, okay. But Source wants to bring you equality and get you away from all these secrets. Again, this person who's in your life is secretive, which i.e. in turn, okay? And I'm sorry, guys, I'm just going to call it out. I'm going to say it like it is. You too are being secret. Like I said, sometimes we need tough love. Y'all aren't, no one is free from sin. Are you going to find your freedom, though? We have Horse Freedom here, number 24, which is 6, finding balance with yourself and your energy. Seeing yourself from eyes of the divine. And 34, 7. 6 and 7 coming out together. That's interesting. Totally different numbers, but 6 and 7, we have Will and Tiger. Like, it's okay to exert your will. Again, I feel like that's why I was so fierce in the beginning, because this card literally talks about if you're a woman, women are so afraid to exert dominance, in other words, because they're afraid of how they're going to appear. And so I feel like Source was making me be real forceful in the beginning of this reading, because you guys have to exert your will in a situation. Like, maybe when you break up with this person, they convince you to come back, and it's like you have to stand your ground, and that's what this card talks about. You know what? Let me read it. I don't usually read it, but let me read it. Okay, 34. Guys, I can't make it up. I turned right to it. Turned right to it. It's great. Exercise your will and determination in ethical ways. Do not place your will over another's. Do not have control over anyone but yourself. Do not be afraid to be fierce, especially as a woman. We can ride our healthy anger, but we must eventually transform it into something more useful. Okay, it says Durga came riding into people's lives on the back of a snarling tiger. She was a warrior, carried weapons to subdue and destroy, yet her face was serene and calm. If it was the evils of life she was after, the false illusions, the damaging rage, and the petty jealousies, greed, and anything that the will may come to harm. The Hindu goddess Durga is the embodiment of the powerful feminine energy of Shakti, and she wields it mightily to make the way clear. She protects the natural order of nature and the nature of self. She rides her tiger to preserve the will we have towards what good we can do, and towards subduing the negative parts of our will that we may wish to place upon others, so we are not controlled by these impulses. She swings her 8 arms and destroys what is evil. Not only does Durga grab the tiger by the tail, she rides it. So again, that is going back to saying it's like each of you guys are hoping the other one will end it, but no one is brave enough to end it. When are you going to finally have enough courage to end it? That's on you. That's not on anybody else. That's on you. Right? So it's up to you guys. You have to reflect on what you want in life. Ask for that and then go after that. And not expect someone else to give that to you or to hope that that's going to work out from somebody else, okay? Overall, you guys do have a beautiful reading. Yes, it was a little bit of tough love, but this is a beautiful reading. Because when you guys choose to change, you're going to open yourselves up into a timeline that maybe once you just dreamt of. And for those of you that are on this timeline, understanding that what you went through wasn't for fun and games. It was because you guys are stronger than you realize, and it's for you guys to embody that strength with strength here. Okay? So I love you guys. I'm sending you out a hug because I feel like you guys need it. So here's my hug to you guys. Okay? I love you. Please find yourselves worthy of what you desire, because you are so worthy of what you desire in your lives. And I'll leave it there. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again, peace out. I love y'all. Bye.